next to go. I checked the line.
Yeah.
Bondzee I, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube.
You know who you look like a little bit?
Who's that?
You know who I'm going to say or no?
No, no idea.
Princess Diana a little.
Just the fact that she's a female, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I think it's very much compliment. And she's a tough lady,
I've heard it before.
Yeah, man, I thank God. I bet a couple of men played on your team just because they wanted to be near you, bud. Dude, look at, you know who you look you know who you look like a little?
Who's that?
You know who I'm going to say or no?
No, no idea.
Princess Diana a little.
Just the fact that she's a female, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I think it's very much compliment. And she was a tough lady,
I've heard it before.
Yeah, man, I thank God. I bet a couple of men played on your team just because they wanted to be near you, bud.
That's awesome. Wayner is the absolute best. Theo Vaughn is such a beauty too, isn't he? Like, oh my God, just love those two 100%. What a great way to start the show with the king of hockey, the great one. You know, how are you? It's me. It's Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Welcome to the show. Please make sure you go to all the social medias if you haven't already. I know so many out there are the best. You always go follow me. We're gonna listen. We're gonna start doing a bunch more stuff. I think this is breaking news. I'm gonna drop it right here. I don't think I'm gonna regret this, but I just have to have better time management, if I will, because I got sucked into the vortex of the TikTok world. Back when I was traveling the States on my bus, and it killed it. I got videos that were hundreds of thousands of views, and I was doing great, but it was too much. I was already like Facebook and promote my shit on Instagram and doing all the stuff for that, and doing my voice work every day and doing Dean's show 3 times a week or 2-3 times a week, my show 3 times a week. And I just I got fed up with TikTok because not only I was making content for it and doing good at that, but then it's the other side of TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Where you're just doing this, you're scrolling. And the next thing you know, an hour, 2 hours go by. It's the biggest time waster on the goddamn planet. But it's made people a shit ton of money, hasn't it? So I'm thinking I got some plans rolling up here in this thing. I know there's a lot of room to roll around. So sometimes it takes a while to get going and stuff or to catch on. You know what I mean? It's like the ping pong balls falling down. Once in a while, I come up with a pretty good idea, and I've got some really good ideas rolling around up there. And so I think I'm going to go back on TikTok. Anyways, the whole point of that story, Bondzee, you done rambling. Can you please just go follow me on all the social medias if you don't already? Okay, thank you. What else? Listen, we got a great show tonight. Devon Cox, lead singer of Fortunate Losers. These guys have been around for a bit now, since about 2017 and 2016, maybe. Anyways, Devon's a wicked dude, lead singer of the band, kicks some ass. I can't wait to talk to this guy. You're going to love him, and you're going to love the music, too. We're going to play some of their music during the interview as well. We're going to showcase these guys, and they got a great show coming up this Saturday in the Sudbury area. If you're around, it's their album release party, self-titled album, so make sure you go check that out. And I know last week I teased that there was going to be 2 bands on tonight. A short walk to Pluto was supposed to join us. We are both busy schedules. They're down in New York City, rocking it out and killing it right now. I was busy. I got called to set last Thursday. I did a TV show. I'm going to talk about it in a hot minute here, but our schedules just they didn't work out. So we rescheduled, and a short walk to Pluto is going to be on next week. And here's the thing too, I'm going to Florida next week, and I swore to God, I'm taking 9 days off. No voice work, no nothing, no auditioning for nothing. Just me going fishing and hanging out with some friends. And then I was like, well, short walk to Pluto, committed, and then I can't just leave that in the can for a whole week. Like, they're promoting some stuff they're doing right now. So it's probably going to turn out that I'm going to take my goddamn microphone to Florida under protest. I might add, but I think I'll do it. And if my guests don't mind, we'll do a show next Wednesday with Short Walk to Pluto. And please go check them out on Instagram. They kill it, and their YouTube page as well. You're going to love that band for sure. And you're not even going to like it. They're going to blow your mind. That's how good they are. Okay. What else? I'm really looking forward to Short Walk to Pluto. They are a kick-ass band, and my boy Devon tonight is you're gonna love. He's such a and if you're into heavy music, I went and saw Tool last night. We're gonna talk about that. Speaking of heavy music, holy shit, does that band mind blowing? My first time ever. 50 years old. I've known them since high school. We used to listen to them get pumped up for hockey games, football games. You know, they've been in my life a long time, but just never went and saw them, and the stars never aligned. But holy mackerel. Wait till I show you some photos and videos that we took last night. Absolutely. Probably one of the best concert I've ever been to, hands down. If not the best, it's in the top 3 for sure. I really had an amazing time. We'll get into a bit of that as well. Hola, Ashley, watching all the way from Cuba. Thanks so much for tuning in. What else do we got? It was at the Grey Cup. Speaking of first times, never been to a Grey Cup festivities, leading up to the Grey Cup. It was here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, right where I'm from, born and raised. I find myself here at the moment. And then, listen, it was great. And then I got to go to the Grey Cup. And I know I bitched and moaned about the prices and this and this and this, but I'll tell you the whole story about how I got in and what I paid and everything. And I'll show you my seats, and I'll show you. It was just a great time. It really was. What else we got? Oh, and then, of course, Tool last night, like I just mentioned, and then that explosion at the border today. It wouldn't be a show, podcast, but we didn't talk about that. Breaking news today. I thought I was maybe not going to get to go to Florida on Monday because they were shutting down every border crossing there. Anyways, we got Dummies of the Week, and I got some wicked pictures and videos to show you at the end of the show as well. Okay, sponsors, let's do this real quick. Shakespeare's Fine Dining. My good God, if you love the goddamn steak and seafood, if you love any sort of food that's incredible, they got it all there. The pastas, the scallops, their Caesar salad. Bon appetit, man. It's off the charts. The service is impeccable. The food's impeccable. It's just a quaint, cool little place. But the celebrities, they will go out of their way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to come up there and go to Shakespeare's Fine Dining. Hello to Lisa Holgate watching from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Love it up there. Love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. What I was saying. Oh, yeah. Shakespeare's Fine Dining. 905-528-0689. Don't say I didn't warn you if you toodle pips up there to the front door and you can't get in because it's jam-packed. Like I said, the place isn't huge. It's fine dining at its finest, and they offer the top quality service. And by golly gee, just make a reservation. Okay, thank you so much. Don't say I didn't warn you. Or go to www.shakespeare.ca. There, did that. Okay, movie roll update. Woo! Had a rehearsal last Saturday, downtown Toronto. My cast is amazing. I'm really excited for this movie. I know I say that about everyone, but they're all exciting, to be quite honest. This is something that's just sort of happened this year, and it's really started to take off, and I'm really excited about it. And this new movie, I found out a week after I got the script. It took me to find out that I was the lead role. And it sort of walloped me right in the mouth. And not only did I find out I was the lead role, I found out yours truly here, Mr. Tubby, because I didn't give a fuck all summer. I started the year wanting to get in shape, sort of went down the tubes, and I got to a point where I was just like, you know what? I'm going to golf this summer. I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm not really going to care what I eat. And I accomplished that very well, believe me, you. And I went, kept growing, and all the way up to almost 2 bills. Dropped down to back to 190, and I've hit the gym. I'm proud to say I'm down 8 pounds in 9 days. Absolutely killing it. This carnivore diet works, and I thought it would be way harder. If you're wondering what's carnivore, what can you eat, what can't you eat? You can eat meat of any kind, including fish. No vegetables. no pasta, no bread, no sugar, no carbohydrates, basically, period. What else? A bit of fruit, not a whole lot, and eggs. And I've been pounding the eggs, pounding the duck eggs. Man, am I ever a huge fan of duck eggs. Anyway, it works. Copious amounts of water, no red wine. That also helps a lot. I knew I would lose a lot of weight quickly just from not drinking red wine anymore. There's so much sugar in that shit. And I was really good at drinking that, believe me you. And so just, cutting out the alcohol pretty much. I drank at the Great Cup, which I had a great time at. We'll talk about that in a second. But I was really committed to this because, when you got to have your tarps off for 3 scenes and one of them's in bed with your wife, your movie wife, it's something that motivates you. And believe me, it's motivated my ass. So, and I'm not a big scale guy. I'm more of the look and how the clothes look better on you. You know what I mean? But I did, because it's been 9 days. I tiptoed on the scale today, tiptoed on there. And I was like, I'm glad I did, because to see that I'd lost 8 pounds in 9 days was like, fuck yes. You know what I mean? It's just that feeling of like, yeah, all that hard work. And listen, it's been a little hard, but not that hard. It's not as hard as I thought. I love the ice cream. Okay. Even being lactose intolerant, didn't care. Massive kryptonite for ice cream this summer. Osmos was another killer of mine, And I just cut out everything, sugar, everything. And I've been killing it. I'm super happy. I got 15 pounds to go to my goal weight. Not going to hit that before filming starts, but we're going to get there before the second weekend of filming. So anyways, this movie, it's funny, it's thrilling, it's exciting, and you guys are going to love it. 2024. As soon as I can tell you more, I will. Okay. Last Thursday after the show, Wednesday night, I get up Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. I get a phone call, and it's this casting director who happens to have the same name as a guy that I went to high school with. And I'm sitting there having my morning coffee, and I'm like, Jason Boyd. Hi, this is Greg speaking. And it was some casting agent. And he's like, yeah, Greg, are you available today to be in a TV show? We're filming in Hamilton. I was like, yeah, when do you need me? And he's like, now. I was like, well, where do I need to be? Turns out it's 5 blocks away from my home. And I was just like, yeah, I could be there in 15 minutes. Grabbed a few different clothes, because he says, grab a few different things. They like to, because you bring your own clothes. They have clothes too. I did end up wearing some of their stuff, but it's smaller budget stuff. And when you're background, so I was like background, big ground, if you will. I had a great background role compared to some of the other background stuff I've done. I was a weapons ammunition task force undercover agent, and I had a couple cool scenes. And close up, old Bondzee I, and you actually get to see me arresting the murderer. This is a true crime story. I can say the name. It's called See No Evil. It's been around a long time. It's a BBC TV series, but it's on here in Canada. Sarge loves it. I've talked to a bunch of friends who I've told that I was in an episode. They all watch it. And yeah, I guess it's been around for a minute. I've never seen it or heard of it, but it's based on real true life crime stories, and a lot of it's based on CCTV coverage cameras out there in the universe. And it was really cool to be on set. I was there the whole day. It was super awesome. And yeah, it was one of my funner roles for sure. And I'm really looking forward to telling you guys, showing you guys getting to see that for sure. And what was super nostalgic about it is you'll never guess where we filmed. We actually got dropped off. There's a holding area in this big old school. I actually went to nursery school, where now the movie theater company, like this movie company, owns this place. So it's where you have lunch. It's where you're in holding before you go on set. And then they shuttle you over to the houses that they rented. And so it was really cool to be in this holding area, a place where you sign in, you hang out when you're not on camera and on set. And I went to nursery school there. And then we go over to the houses that were rented for the movies. There's 2 of them. The one that I filmed my scenes in was right next door to my childhood buddies' one of my best childhood friends in my life. It was my first sleepover there. Like, we got a whole bunch of hooliganism there. Like, Danny Walters was one of my best bros. His dad still lives there. Sadly, his mom passed away a couple of years ago, but the dad still lives there. And it was super nostalgic and cool to be filming right next door to a house that I've been in and grew up in that neighborhood like since I was a wee little kid. And his dad was peering out the window the whole time, watching all the filming going on. And he had 0.0 clue it was old Bonzarelli. Because I had a hat on and stuff. And he just, he didn't know I was there until we always meet on Thursday nights. And his dad always comes, old school, high school thing we do, and at the local pub here. And his dad was there. And he found out that it was me on set, and it was hilarious. He was the first one to ask for my autograph. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I signed a nice little thing to him, and we had a good laugh about it. But listen, I'm really excited about how this is going. And I was actually invited to go back next week to be on the same show, See No Evil, different episode. But unfortunately, I'm in Florida next week and I'm unable to attend it. But listen, that's why I'm not going to Nicaragua this year for the first time in 7 years for the whole winter, because I've wanted to do this for a long time. I was scared shitless to do this for a long time. I was in a dark place for a long time, right? As most of you know. And I just didn't believe in me. I fucking hated me. I didn't love me. And it's pretty tough to go out and pretend you're awesome and act and be all pleasant and awesome on sets when you're miserable and want to die and you don't want to be here. And now I've done a full 180. Couldn't feel better in my life. Everything's coming up Bondzee 2023, and we're going to keep the ball rolling. And positive attitude goes a long way, and some help too from certain friends and certain drugs too. I'll tell you, microdosing with magic mushrooms and some MDMA and stuff. It's been an absolute game changer, and it saved my life. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But listen, 2024, I'm really stoked about it, and I'm looking forward to sharing all this fun stuff with you guys. Okay, we're 17 minutes in. We got about 8 minutes before my guest comes on, and I got a bunch of stuff to get to still. So, Grey Cup, let's touch on that real quick, because I had the most amazing time. My first ever Grey Cup festivities. I went out Saturday night. I ended up on James Street with a certain group of friends first. Had a great time outside. It was a little brisk, but that was okay. It wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. And then from there, I went and made it indoors. And I went down to the Edmonton. They're not the Edmonton Eskimos anymore. The Edmonton Elks. They rented out a wicked place called Bridgeworks. And they brought an amazing band with them from Edmonton. I forget their name right now. And I was late getting to prep the show. I think it was something Tall Cup anyways, I'll tell you about they're coming on the show, because I was blown away by how good they were. I got to meet the lead singer and have a quick chat with him. I think I have a photo. Did I put up a photo, or maybe I didn't? No, I didn't. Anyways, great band. It was a great time at Bridgeworks with some really cool people, and hanging out with those people that night actually ended up being a great thing the next day, because listen, what happened was we had all these big aspirations. I was going to go to the game. I know. After I bitched and moaned about all the ticket prices, this and this and this, and I was like, we made a grand plan Saturday night that I was gonna go to my buddies to tailgate. I was gonna go to see Monster Truck. Never seen them. I thought it'd be a great idea to go see Monster Truck playing outside the stadium before the game. Going with a bunch of friends, be a great time, and then I'll scourge around and like a little rat and find a cheap ticket, because I'm a cheap bastard. That was all great to find a daily plan when we were all lit at the Bridgeworks and stuff. But come Sunday, when I woke up and I was all comfy in my bed and then the couch and watching NFL, and it got closer and closer to you gotta go. I blew off the pre-tailgate party. I blew off Monster Truck, and then I ended up at my buddy Mulser's house, 5 to 6. I'm on the couch, 10 to 6. And my phone rings, and it's my buddy Murin, who I was out with the night before, and his buddy, turns out, had a ticket free. So he's like, how fast can you get here? And I was like, well, I'm actually out at a buddy's, and I got my dog here. I'm in track pants. Like, probably can't pull this off, dude. And he's like, No, that's not a good enough answer. Like, it's a free ticket. You've never been. It's in Hamilton. Excuse me. Let's go. I was like, you know what? You're right. And I got to give a huge shout out to my buddy Malzer, because not only did he babysit my dog and let me go, he pulled out an old school pair of jeans from a long time ago, but that he never wore. And now they fit me, which was awesome. And he lent me a winter coat, because I literally showed up in track pants and a hoodie. I got out of my warm car into a warm house. So I didn't dress prepared to go to the goddamn Grey Cup, where it was fucking freezing. I got there, it was okay. By halftime, once Green Day was done and you stopped dancing, you're like, I couldn't stop moving in the third and fourth quarter, like literally just bouncing up and down on my shins, because it really got bloody cold. But I'll tell you what, man, the Grey Cup this year, Hamilton, they did not disappoint. It was an absolute amazing time. I met so many cool people over during the game the night before. These guys are beauties too. The Fun Police, they come from all over Canada, and these are pals that live in all different provinces representing. I got to meet them actually the night before, which is cool. And then they ended up being right in front of me. Those were my seats. Couldn't ask for a better free ticket to go to the Grey Cup. I mean, my God. And the final play of the game was right there in the end zone to the right of those goalposts. And listen, I really did have an amazing time, and got to meet some wonderful people. Like I said, listen, I'm a bit of a big deal now, and I've even got Hamilton Ticat hot girls fans kissing me and stuff. Well, you're Bondzee? And she wanted to give me a kiss on the cheek, and she was so excited to meet me. And listen, that's how it is, and that's how it goes. Huge shout out to Hamilton, who was ever in charge of putting all that together. The festivities were great. The Grey Cup halftime show was great. I mean, Green Day absolutely killed it. What a show. 4 banger songs. The fireworks, everything. It was a great performance for sure. The game, off the charts, man. You couldn't have asked to go to a better first Grey Cup in your entire life. Ever, man. Like, right down to the end, 11 seconds to go. Montreal scores. Winnipeg tries to come back. They blow it. And it's good. It's good. I was totally going in there rooting for Winnipeg, 100%, because I got friends in Winnipeg. She's a fan of the show, and I love her to pieces, Miss V. But you know what? At the end of the day, Winnipeg's been there 4 times in the past 4 years. They've done all right. They've won a bunch of them. And Montreal, there was a guy and his wife ahead of me, in one row below me, next to the to the 4 dudes there, the Fun Police, the police. Anyways, this dude was the biggest Montreal fan, and by the end of I'd say mid-third quarter, he had me rooting for Montreal, because he was just so goddamn passionate and he was so like into every play, and I really fed off of his energy and his excitement of the game. And man, at the end, I was so happy for him. What an ending to an amazing game. Oh, shut up, Mike Richards. You know what I meant. Listen, she was a beautiful girl, and she wanted to give Bondzee a kiss. What can I say? Like, why are you bugging me? Okay. And no, I know you're all wondering. I'm surprised Wade must be busy sleeping or something. He is getting old, but I'm surprised he didn't chirp in and say, "Oh, did you get her number?" No, I didn't get her number. Okay. It wasn't that kind of situation. I was there to have fun and watch the game, and I was in my own zone. Okay. Can't be getting every hot girl's number that's a fan of Bondzee. All right. A photo's enough. And I let her kiss me on the cheek. Anyways, it was unbelievable time. Free seats, freezing ass cold in the second half, but I'll tell you, there was nothing better. It was such a great experience, and I had a great time. Huge shout out again to Chris for getting the tickets, making that happen, and my buddy Malzer for taking care of me. And the only thing I'm gonna say that was shitty, and it's nothing to do with the city of Hamilton or the Ticats or any of that. It was those cocksucking, greedy bastard Uber drivers. It cost me $12 to get from my buddy's place to the game. $50 to get home I wouldn't say right after the game. Even I stayed and watched the presentation and stuff. Like, it was really cool. I'm so glad I got to stay, and I checked out, this is it right here. And, I got to watch the team hoist the cup and some players walk by where I was standing. Overall, just an epic night. And I left like way after where I thought it would be, fisting. I knew they were going to gouge me a bit, but when I still left there about 40 minutes after the game, they still wanted $50. So Bondzee heel-to-toed it, and I kept getting further away, and I was feeling fine. I had quite a few fizzies there to keep warm, and I thought, you know what, we're getting steps. I'm losing weight. We gotta bust it. We gotta get skinny for this movie, And so I ended up walking 5 goddamn kilometers before it cost me $19 to get home. I just don't think that's fair, and how they get away with this gouging stuff. And I guess it's nowhere near compared to what happened in Vegas this past weekend for the F1, which was a great race, fast as hell, super awesome. Verstappen is crazy. I heard it was a complete shit show in Vegas on the weekend for that race and stuff, but listen, that's how it goes the first time. It's not built for a track, and I think it's a little much. I don't think they should ever do it again, but they signed a 9-year contract. So many people were bitching and moaning, and hotels charged 3,000 times more. Or was it 300? Anyways, it was I think it was 3,000. Maybe it wasn't. It doesn't matter. What it was is they charged an exorbitant amount of money for the rooms that are normally not that much money. And then nobody showed up. So they got all panicked, drastically dropped the prices, but they had to block out all the windows on the hotel rooms. You imagine paying all that fucking money for a hotel room and thinking, well, that's cool. I could just sort of watch it from my room too, if I'm with my wife or my girlfriend or whatever. Maybe you get a prostitute. That's what you do in Vegas sometimes, apparently. I've never done it, so don't be coming at me, though. 3 times I went there. Twice was with my ex-wife, and once was with my son. So there was no hooker getting for Bondzee. And listen, I don't need to pay for it. I know I don't get it a plethora lately, but listen, that's on me. And I still with paying for it. Come on, settle down. I don't care how hot those Vegas hookers are. They're still there for one reason only, to get some money. And I don't know. I don't need to play that game. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, shame on Vegas for gouging people, and it looked good on them when nobody started to show up at first, so they had to drop all the prices. They had to drop the ticket prices. And it was just chaos. Anyways, amazing weekend. I had so much fun, and then to cap it off, okay, I got 3 minutes before I get to this interview. Fortunate Losers lead singer Devon Cox. You're gonna love him. He is almost here, basically. Well, 3 minutes. Okay, I got one more story. Tool. Last night, oh my God. I've listened to this band since I was in high school. Like I said, off the top of the show, we used to listen to them playing football, pre-football games, dressing room of the hockey. And it was just, how Tool goes. It pumps your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I never had the opportunity to go for one reason or another. I got married young, right? So I wasn't doing a whole lot of concerts. And if I was, it was a Tragically Hip. You don't get to see him 49 times, but other than that, I wasn't really allowed to go to any other shows. Maybe the Odd Our Lady Peace and Matt Good, but Tool wasn't on my radar to go and see in a concert. Fast forward 30 years, divorced, solo, can do whatever the hell I want. Amazing year for concerts for Bondzee, not going to lie. 2023 really has been an epic year. And I got to see Tool last night. Shout out to my boy, Tone. Boy, oh boy, we literally, I'm not even going to lie, we had a night last night. I took the GO train down, which was, that's a treat in itself sometimes, not going to lie. People must have thought I was a little loco and crazy on the train because and even on the platform when I was waiting for the train, because I was rehearsing my lines and going through all the motions and everything. And I didn't even care. People could have just thought I was on the phone because I did have an earphone in, and they could have just thought I was talking, but yeah, it did look weird. If I would have thought if somebody's doing what I was doing, it was weird. And I did the same thing on the bus and I didn't care. But yeah, we get to the show. it was mind-blowing. I can't even tell you. This is the poster for the show. Tool is just something special, and the visuals that they put on this massive screen in the background, so glad I had a touch of my magical MDMA and some shroomies left, because that's what you're supposed to do when you go to a show like that, 100%. Because what was really wild is a lot of the visuals and stuff, and I said to my buddy I was with and to people standing around me or sitting around me, was a lot of that stuff, and what's his name there, Maynard, is so he has been to the other side, and by the other side I mean DMT into a different dimension and stuff, and I've been there. I've broken through, and it's been a huge part of healing me this summer, helping healing me and fixing me this summer as well with my PTSD and my addictions and stuff. And it's wild to see all the visuals that he showed is what you deal with or see on the other side in a new dimension, or whatever you call it, the spirit world, I like to call it. And it was captivating. And I was like, fuck, I've seen that. I know where all this comes from. And I'm really looking forward to doing DMT again, to break through one more time and really sort of help fix me. And I think one more time is, from what I've heard, 2 times of that it is game changing and life changing. And so we're one trip away from that. And yeah, it was just wild to see all of that being presented to music. And it was really wild too, is Maynard gets, he was right off the bat. He sings once, comes out, sings one song. It's totally dark. And you just hear him talking, and he goes, and it's the first time I've ever been to a concert like this. Strict, no cell phone policy. And so if you got your cell phone out and you're thinking, oh, fuck, I'm not going to get caught, or I'm going to take a quick video or whatever, security was on you like flies on shit, bro. That quick. And I watched a dude get carted out. I was like, oh man, just for filming. I know you're not supposed to film, but we were sort of way back, and they took him away. 5 minutes later, he was back. All they did was make him delete all the footage that he took from his phone. And I know you can't do it with everybody in there, but they did it with a lot of people. And they really, and it was cool to see everybody, because what Maynard said was, disconnect from your fucking phone and connect with me and the music and the visuals that in this performance that I'm about to present. And my God, it was the first time I put my phone away in a long time. I'm one of those guys. I love to capture wicked photos. I love to take video for some memories, and but this time it was amazing to put it away and just enjoy my mushroom trip and the visuals and the show and the music that came with it. I cannot even tell you how incredible it was. It absolutely mind-blowing. Here's a few photos from the show. This is us. That's sort of our view. But I'm telling you, from back there with those huge screens, you've really got the perfect visuals. And he took you on a trip, on a real journey. And it really was something special. I got to see an old childhood buddy from Dalewood days. And I think even sooner, Prince Philip, when we were in grade 1 to 5. Dave Ewan was there. Happy 51st birthday to my buddy. His daughter was there too. That was his birthday present. She brought him down, and it was wicked to go and get to say hi to him pre-show. And I mean, what a birthday present, because that show was mind-blowing. And I thought I put up a video. Let me check and see if I can find it, or maybe I forgot. Oh, you know what? I didn't forget. Here it is right here. This is, I will show you at the very end of the show. Maynard let you and allowed everybody to bring their phones out, which I thought was really cool. He's like, I said I would do it, and I'm letting you do it. Bring your phones out. And we got to tape the last show, and this is what we got to see. And I'll give you a little bit of a pleasure of what we got to experience last night. Absolutely incredible. same thing. Massive screen, just like that. Visuals were heavy, obviously. Wiz Khalifa stopped drinking alcohol, and now he's taking shrooms and smoking weed. And we all know Snoop loves his weed, and the visuals that sort of come with that hand in hand. That's what this sort of new, these big productions are all about. And I'm telling you, man, for the money and everything. Absolutely mind-numbing. The show was off the charts. I gotta say, I think it's a tie between Wiz and Tool and Snoop. And then third show, probably best of my life, probably the Hip. The final show of the Hip in Kingston, Ontario. Can't take that away from me. I was so blessed to be there 49 times. Missed my 50 mission cap by one. But that was a show where I've never felt more emotion in a stadium in all my life, and people crying everywhere, all around you, me included. And it was just so special. And you knew that it wasn't just us in that stadium or the people in Kingston out when there was like 5,000 people in that square. It was people watching across Canada and across the world. There really was. Okay. Without further ado, speaking of musicians and great musicians and stuff, it's time to roll to my guest. This is it's so much fun talking to this guy. You're gonna love this guy. It was great. Devon Cox, lead singer of the band Fortunate Losers. Here we go. This is my first rodeo. I've really got to fix this glitch. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I've got to talk to the people who own this goddamn restream, but it's an easy fix. I just got to reboot and he'll pop back up, and then we'll get right to it. And without further ado, I bring you Devon, lead singer of the All right, up next, my guest from a great band called The Fortunate Losers. They're from Sudbury, Ontario. Please welcome to the show, Devon Cox.
What up?
How are you, Devon?
Great.
That's
Yourself?
That's Big C, no K, right, on the last name?
That's right. Yeah. Big C.
I worked with an ambulance guy, Devon, a long time ago in co-op, and his name was Joseph Cox. And he always used to introduce himself to all the nurses. He was a real ladies' man, and he'd always say, "Yeah, my name's Joseph Cox, Big C, no K."
Yeah.
I always thought that was funny. And so, yeah, anyways, welcome to the show. Thanks for taking the time. Sudbury, you guys all hail from up there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, the whole group does, and we're pretty fortunate for that, just because like we tried to do the long distance thing with other members and stuff, but that definitely gets taxing quick.
Yeah, no doubt. Did you guys all meet up there? I mean, the most famous thing I know about Sudbury is you got the Nickel, and then you had the chimney. Is the chimney stack still there, or did they take it down?
Yeah, I think the plan is to dismantle that over the next 10 years. But yeah, we got the Valet, and well, it used to be Inco up here with the mining, right, for the nickel.
Right.
But yeah, it's a blue collar town. I mean, and yeah, all the boys. So the band originally started. It was kind of like an offspring from my first musical group when I was younger and through high school and college. We had a group called Autumn Skies. It was melodic, original rock again, but that group pretty well disintegrated, if you will, pretty well down to nothing. And then Brent, my bass player now, is a big fan of that band, so we started writing music together, and that's how Fortunate Losers came about.
That's wild. And so there's a trio of you. And I mean, you guys have been, when did you form? About 2016, 2017, yeah?
2015.
2015, okay. And then 2018 rolls around and you put out your first album, which I believe was Cut and Teeth.
Yeah.
Is it this
Cut
one?
Teeth.
Yeah, no, that's I had it up. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Cut Teeth. 2018, that comes out. You guys are touring that. You're building up your success and stuff. And then you got some big plans for 2020. I know you guys were going to have some new music coming out, and then COVID hit. That must have been a real pisser for you guys, as every other band, yeah?
Oh yeah, like it only made sense to hit the studio hard during that time, just because everything we were booking was falling through. just cancellations between whether it was the venues or the bands themselves, and we just said, you know what, to hell with this. And then we went to writing a record, and the government was kind enough to help us out with for the spending
Grant
on
and
the
stuff.
record. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, but yeah, it ended up costing us just a boat ton of money. But the guys were pretty adamant to spend the money on the music quality, which I was kind of dead against. I was like, well, let's split it in half. You know what I mean? Like, let's split it between the music quality and the release strategy, because everything
Right.
costs so much, right? And
Yeah.
we ended up spending quite a bit of money on the recording of it. But looking back now, it's like that was definitely the right decision to make. It's just a hard decision when you don't have dollar for dollar sitting there, right?
For
So,
sure. For sure. And listen, the quality is amazing, and we're going to get to that in a bit. But first of all, like before COVID hit, actually, I missed a step here. You guys actually you've been doing a bunch of touring. You're up. Well, you're from Sudbury, so you sort of head northeast, I guess it would be, right? Or east north, and you go up, you got to rock Ottawa quite a bit, Montreal.
yeah,
How was that
yeah.
experience?
Montreal, we have a tough time in for some reason. I don't know why.
They're
But
different up there.
yeah, it's different. It's a little different. It's a hard town to break. But I mean, it's getting better with the relationships we've made with the bands. I mean, and the promoters now. Still to this day, our publicists ask us how we get some of the shows we get, and it really comes down to just digging for them and asking the right people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. It's always a grind. I mean, from writing
Oh
the
yeah.
music to making it to getting gigs to the support, everything is just such a grind in this industry. And listen, it's going well for you guys so far. You went on tour out east, even to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI. What was that experience like compared to like Montreal and Toronto? Was it good? Like a good feedback from those guys?
Honestly, touring with the boys is the best feeling ever. I mean, like you're out doing what you love to do with the group of people you want to be with, and everything's we're having a blast every day. It's just now for a band to tour around, like I mean, we've had multiple chances to go touring and stuff, but it really comes down to how much money you're losing. And that's
Right.
the sad reality that a lot of musicians don't talk about. But I mean, it's on the table, baby. Everyone's thinking about it. And we got ours down to a science. I mean, we're speaking with agents now and promoters, and we know better now than ever how much exactly it costs us to do a run of those dates. And I know it'd be very beneficial for the band to do that stuff, but it really comes down to dollar and cents now. That's why the band's trying to find a really good supporting tour. That's
For
pretty
sure.
much our next
Yeah,
our
because
next
I mean,
goal.
you got to factor in the gas because you guys are
Oh
taking a
yeah.
big van or something, right? And then you got your hotels, you've got your food, you've got your daily expenses. And at the end of the day, 3, 4, 5 guys, including a crew, whatever, how many you take, that all adds up. And,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely hard for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the bus now. Like I renovated a school bus over last winter, and I renovated it in for touring with the guys, so it's real friendly for staying the night if you have to
Okay.
stay a week or two in the bus. I mean, it's like just the hotel rooms alone is just sickening. And now I'm starting to understand why a lot of bands are like, we can't afford that, we can't afford this. Well, no shit, rooms are $300.
I know, it's crazy, eh? It really has escalated in the past couple of years since COVID, and it's too bad because it really does affect guys and bands and stuff and solo artists that are trying to go out there and want to tour and get out there and get known. But it's almost better and cheaper to go the social media route these days, isn't it?
Well, I fight tooth and nail with my boys because we're pretty well divided on that front. Just because I'm not a bit like I'm older, like I'm 34 years old here, so like I'm kind of not over the social media thing, but it's not the same.
But
Like
it's not your
I'm
thing.
all about whole old school rock and roll, baby. Go and play for people, make 3, 4 fans, 10 fans, and then the next time you come back to that town, you hope that those 10 fans bring 10 people.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
that's
think
the way it
that'll
goes.
ever. I don't think you can trump that. I honestly
No.
still don't.
Yeah, that's the old school grind in the old school way. I mean, I still remember Gord Downey referencing it. Said we used to play in front of 0 or 2 people, and and now look, and so that's pretty special. And you never know. You just got to keep grinding and keep going. Any funny, crazy stories on the East Coast trip there with the boys? Something
Oh
that
yeah,
stands out?
we always got the good stories. I mean, like we like here's the thing is we don't really, because we're older now and stuff, we don't really have a chance to like let our hair down and party after shows. We don't really do that. You know what I mean? So even this Saturday coming up, when we for our hometown show, like I'm really telling people that this is the first time in a while where the band's gonna play, and then we're like leaving our gear at the bar and we're going to have drinks to celebrate this damn thing, because we never
Yeah.
get a chance. It's always like play, pack up, go. It's
Yeah.
always like that. Even if the next show is like 2 days away, you still it's a grind, that's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, let's talk about this. You've got your brand new album coming out. It's going to be a big bash up in Sudbury. It's the album release party. It's a self-titled album called Fortunate Losers. You must be pretty excited about that, yeah?
Oh
As
yeah,
you just
very excited. I mean, the last
sort
time
of
we played
relate.
here in Sudbury, was with Our Lady Peace over the summer at
Okay.
our amphitheater, and we haven't thrown our own show for like since COVID for sure. There's a picture of Danny Moist there, our
Yeah.
original drummer.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. And then this
um,
is the new album right here. That's the I love the artwork. That's pretty dope. Who took care of that?
that would be Brad, my guitar player, was in charge of the artwork, and then we
Okay.
had an artist, a local artist here, Miranda, do the back of the record.
Okay.
We haven't
Uh,
released the actual album artwork yet, just because the band ran out of money. Like we can't even print physical copies. So
wow.
I ended up fucking going to Best Buy and grabbing like a stack of burnable CDs, and my buddy ended up just finishing them. He's gonna drop them off here in about an hour,
Wow.
and I'm gonna sell them for like $5. Like I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Wanna who's responsible for this? I love this piece of artwork right here. If totally
Okay.
it's a beauty.
I love that picture. I don't know what, like, and the funniest thing was I was just looking online. I'm like, fuck, the band needs a logo. The band needs something offensive that's still like funny,
Yeah.
that would scare some people, but at the same time, it's like
Well,
kind
I
of
think you
cool.
nailed
Like,
it.
yeah, and like I really want to make some nice hoodies with that on the back.
Oh, dude, I
Um,
can't wait to have a t-shirt or a hat with that logo on it.
Well, surprisingly enough, that shirt is our second top seller. We made like a workout muscle shirts,
Okay.
nice thick black straps, and like they're pretty much muscle shirts for our group when we're working out and stuff in the gym, and they look real sharp. Those guys.
That's awesome. Well, I'll
Yeah.
have to get one of those too.
Oh, we'll send one
Well,
up
yeah, I'd
or
love to,
down
man.
for you.
I'm a huge fan of the band now. We met through a mutual friend, Trusty Truster or Richard. He shot a couple of videos for you guys, and such a good dude. We definitely. I'm glad he introduced us, and I'm a big fan of the name. It's unique and it goes well with that logo. Where does the name come from?
Have you ever seen the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. When he's wearing leather pants and he's got the long dark hair. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and Miles Kennedy's in that movie, Jennifer Aniston, like that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And anyways, he's playing a song. I think it's a Verve Pipe song at the end. It's called "Colorful." And
Okay.
that song, for some reason, he's playing it in a bar on acoustic. He left the band and everything. And the lyric, "And I know this loser's living fortunate." And so I just took those
Oh,
words and
nice.
switched them around. And I'm like, you know what? That's exactly a reflection of what the music industry is. It's like we are fortunate enough to go and be doing something we love. But at the end of the day, I mean, like we're all tradesmen. We all make money. We all pay for this thing because that's the
Yeah,
reality. I mean, there's
yeah,
only such a tiny percentage of people that actually live on the mute, like live comfortably, I should say. Because I mean, you can
right.
live, but I'm just saying, like, live comfortably with the money they make playing music.
Yeah, it's definitely hard for sure. So the brand new album, you guys must be super proud of that. Is that one of the highlights for 2023 is putting out that album and getting it to share with the old fans and make new fans as well?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a little bit of a different direction. If you listen to Cut Teeth Top Down and then listen to the I call it FL3. It's their
Okay.
third release. But if you listen to the songs top down, you'll see that Brad's kind of taken a big step forward in the writing. We also got this record FL3. Fortunately, the self-titled record is actually produced by Steve Malella of Finger 11. So we got to hang
Awesome.
around with Steve a lot, and it was engineered and mixed by some of the greatest in Canada right now. You know, Darren McGill and Evan Morgan both did a fantastic job on the record. So
Yeah. It's awesome, Malel. Let's hear a single right now off it. This is called Desire, Fortune of Losers. Let's crank it up here. That's so good.
thanks, man.
I remember this now. You filmed that in outside of Midland, didn't you, with Richard?
Yeah, Richard was like, "Yo, I got this place. It's gonna work out," and I just knew to just trust Rich, like trust
Yeah,
his artistic taste. And I'm like, you know what, bro? Like every time I work with you, man, like I don't want to give you a storyline. I don't want to. I'm just like, I just want you to run with it.
yeah,
Like, just take the
yeah,
song, listen to it, and let me know what you're thinking. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I love the way it turned out, and I love the song. It's hard driven, it's powerful, great stuff to sort of work out to. In that, where did you? What are the influences? Who did you grow up loving and sort of jive after?
I'm especially through that song, you can hear a lot of Deftones and Chevelle and Bush and Alice in Chains. I mean, these are my favorite bands growing up. Obviously, some Canadian ones in there too. I mean, Our Lady Peace and
Yeah,
Finger 11 and like Smashing Pumpkins, stuff like that. Like
yeah,
these are my favorite bands, and I haven't really like I really try to keep like close to my like not to venture too far because that's the kind of music I love. I always liked what's another band, Vertical Horizon. I'm not too sure if you listen to Vertical Horizon at all.
I know of them. I don't listen to them a whole lot, but I get what you're saying. That whole vibe. Another great song, and this is your latest release that you guys just put out. The latest single. It's called Taste. Let's have a taste, shall we?
Deep within my bones, I've sacrificed. However, since your heartbeat with both fingertips, only cause to check your pulse to pass the time. To all the rest, I do confess. Living on a rubber band, stretched around the side.
That's a powerful voice, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Where does that come from? Do we work on it? Have we been a singer our whole lives, like choirs back in the day, or?
I took a couple lessons and I really loved Chris Cornell's voice growing up, and I was like, fuck, I wish I could sound like that guy.
Well,
And
you
that's where
definitely
I
got
kind of did
that.
my yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. But you definitely have that Chris Cornell feel and sound for sure. You can definitely tell a little bit of it in there.
Yeah, it's like growing up, it was always easier just to like character reference the voice, and that's how I kind of learned how to sing. Like, fuck, if I can sing try to sing remotely close to as good as that guy, then I'd be good. And try to find my own voice after.
Yeah.
It was just easier for me to do instead of just singing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, you've nailed it. It's unique. You've definitely got a cool sound. Is it something that you have to work on every day? Is it something that you worry about all the time? Like, do you smoke? Do you smoke weed? Do you drink a lot? Like, how? Because everything, singers are supposed to fully be like super strict and take care of their voices. Where are you on that sort of scale?
oh, I definitely don't follow the rules. No,
Okay.
I mean, I like to party just as much as the next fucking teenager, I guess, because I'm still young at heart. Like,
Yeah.
my wife's even like, "Fuck, you drink a lot and smoke a lot and do like a lot of things." I know, but I mean, like,
Sounds like my ex-wife.
right? Yeah. So, and like I'm trying to like as I'm getting older, I'm trying to like my stomach can't handle the booze anymore as good as I used to. I guess like I used to be
Yeah.
able to sit and drink a 26 or Jack Daniels, right?
Wow, good for you.
I couldn't even drink the fucking neck now without like
Feeling
being
shit
in
the
trouble.
next day. Yeah.
Right. So.
You mentioned the writing process. I'm always fascinated how bands write and come up with music. You said that there's two of you. Brad's really stepped up. I think you mentioned Brad. So is it the both of you now that sit down and write together? Or do you pull the whole band in and go somewhere, or what do you guys do?
Primarily, I mean, I would say I write a pretty healthy portion of the tracks, but I mean like this new release is kind of the trajectory we're headed towards with the sound, a little bit more gritty, a little bit more in your face, a little bit more higher energy. That comes from Brad's side of thing because he's into the heavier, more proggy stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
into the more laid back melodic, what's a good band I can reference? Collective soul-y soundy
Sure.
rock.
Yeah.
And he's into like he listens to like Chelsea Grin and heavy shit, right? Which I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to that because I don't understand what they're saying, right?
Exactly.
But I mean, it's definitely taken the band in a cooler direction, that's for sure. And I'm not opposed to it 100%. It's like some of the best advice I was given was like, sometimes you just gotta let go of the control over where things are headed. You know what I mean? And Brad's done an amazing job at kind of taking over and being like, this is. I still have a really good say, really healthy say in what we're doing and stuff like that. But it's really nice to have. And here's the thing: is the drums, the bass, all the other stuff. I mean, that's solely on the other guys. I mean, when I write a song, I'm never thinking of the bass line, the lead line, the fucking drums. I never think of shit like that. It's just like
That's their problem.
that's their problem, 100%, and it's really none of my fucking business. That's what makes the band the band.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to play one more song here. This is another banger. I love this tune. This one is called Divine. Love it, man. Powerful. Just get me going. Mentioned at the beginning the money you put into it, sound quality, and listen, I think it was money well spent from what I'm listening to here in the quality. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it really stands out, and you can just hear it. It's crisp, and like I said, it's powerful. It just drives hard, and the sound and production is so good. Love the sound, dude. Like I said, I'm a new huge fan, and you guys have got it going on. So we'll mention one more time. You got the big show coming up this Sunday. It's at the town hall.
The townhouse in Sudbury. It's pretty
Townhouse.
much the place to play here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're super stoked. We're expecting a sellout. It's a smaller room. But it's more about the experience for the people that show up now. I mean, it's not all about playing these massive shows and stuff like that. Sometimes it's nice to rock a small room and just everyone's just like soaking it in because it's a once in a thing. It's a one shot show, right?
For sure. And you're going to have
So
family there, friends there, you know, and new and old fans. So it'll be a great night. I wish I could be there. There was a chance I was going to be there doing some photography for it. But like I mentioned in the when our pre-chat that I'm shooting a movie that day, so I'm unavailable. But I wish you guys nothing but the best for that show. I know it's going to be a great night. And hopefully Richard can get up there and film it.
you got to catch us when we do I'm trying to get down there and play at the Tie Cats thing.
Okay. When's that?
Oh, I'm still trying to hook it up. They've given me the runaround there, but I'm still trying to hook it up, right?
Okay, well, I'm definitely down. And listen, I got a friend here who owns a nice bar in town called the Casbah, and he has bands there all the time. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but maybe we could set something up where you guys come and play there. It's a cool little venue.
What about the Kill Room? Ever heard of that?
I have not in Hamilton. No.
It's like a skate park, but the band sets up in the skate park. It's like a great idea. I've yet to book there, but that's something that the band is looking forward to doing here because it's looking like our summer's becoming more and more promising right
now. We lost them. This happened in our pre-chat earlier when we were doing a test, and he just hit the wrong button, and it didn't take him long to come back. I know he's still online. He's got full bars, so I think he's just probably hitting a couple of buttons right now and trying to come back. Anyways, I'm chatting with Devon, from lead singer from the Fortunate Losers, great band. They've got their brand new self-titled album. It's their third one. He's calling it now. It's coming out. It's self-titled Fortunate Losers, and they're having a great show up in Sudbury this Saturday night, the 25th. So if you're in the Sudbury area, or if you want to go for a little drive, maybe it's not snowing. I know we got a lot of people listening from all over Ontario. Make your way up and go celebrate with these boys. And it sounds and looks like it'll be a great time. Super bummed that I can't go, but make sure you check them out on their social medias. You got it rolling on the bottom here, and their website if you want to get some cool merch. They do have some cool t-shirts and hats available. And yeah, make sure you go www.fortunatelosers.com and at Fortunate Losers on Instagram. They're also on Facebook as well. I'm not sure about Twitter, but just follow them on those socials. And then, of course, they're on Spotify. Oh, we almost had him. There he is. Are you back? He's back. Oh, all right, good. Welcome back. I was just pumping you on all the socials and telling people they can go to your website. And of course, you guys are on Facebook. So, are you on Twitter? Can you hear me? You can't hear me now. Okay, well, we'll wrap this up. Thanks so much, man. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and have a great show Saturday night. All right, that's Devon, everybody, lead singer, Fortunate Losers. I was fortunate enough to get to talk to that guy. Super cool. Sad we didn't get a proper goodbye there, but that's okay. I wanted to ask him about, he's got the Kita Bala hat on, and when you go to their website, it's the first thing you see. And the first thing I noticed, because I love that place as a fan going there. So I was just going to talk to him real quick about the Kita Bala, but we were almost wrapped up anyway. And I just wanted to know what they were up to in 2024. But right before he cacked out, it sounds like they've got a lot going on for 2024. So make sure you look for them at a town near you, all right? Because they're only getting bigger and better, and they got some cool people behind their back, it sounds like, which I was going to touch briefly on too. And I had some rapid fire for them, but I'll save it for the next guest. All right, again, check them out. It's Devon Cox, lead singer, Fortunate Losers. Check them out on all the socials. It's all right there on the screen. Okay, moving on. Moving on is right. Let's go. What a great dude. It was really sad that we didn't get the full goodbye, but it's all good. Make sure you check him out. What about checking out? Did you see that crazy explosion today? It didn't get the whole world to tizzy, but it got like, up in Eastern in the Niagara Falls area. That totally reminds me of the line at a Breakfast Club where what's his name there? One of the greatest, Bender. It's well, our friend Brian here apparently has a girlfriend up in the what did he say? Several girlfriends up in the Niagara Falls region or in Canada. Anyways, I totally blew that line, but it would just reminded me of that the way I said it. Wow, it really did get everybody in a tizzy. Caught the USA's government attention really quickly because it happened right at the border. It caught Canada's attention really quickly, and first thing you think, excuse me, obviously is terrorist, right? Because that's what we're sort of, sadly, it's the first thing you think. When an explosion happens at an airport, a train station, a border crossing, and especially like the magnitude of this. I don't know if you guys have seen the video yet. I do not have the video of it, but just let's put this into perspective right here. I mean, I got a couple photos that shows this is the afterwards. Like that's the car. There's nothing left of the car. Which also means there's nothing left of the bodies. I mean, here's a shot. This is what an amazing photo. I don't know who the hell took this. It's super incredible. It almost looks like it's not real because it was captured right in the moment. And what a massive explosion. And Buddy's just sort of standing there in stride. That photo has to take place so in the second of the second, you know what I mean? The millisecond of the explosion, because Buddy hasn't even, like, does that make sense? He hasn't even started to go backwards, which would be your automatic response to an explosion that close. So all I'm taking, I don't know how you Photoshop something this quickly, but this is just a photo I pulled off the intro web today. And it just blows my mind is that whoever captured this, I must be from a CCTV still photo. And it's amazing, right down to the frame shot, right? Like as that explosion happens, you know what I mean? And you know, how that red massive explosion just, and it comes at you so quick. And then there's that reaction. That photo's mind-blowing. If it's real, and it'll be proven in time if it is or not, that should win one of the most, if you're a photographer, and I just look deeper into photos, I'm not sure if you do, but I was captivated by this photo. I really was. One more time. Like, look at that. That is taken or captured, but the millisecond before that guy gets to automatically just get sent backwards because of that explosion and being that close. So you're just in stride, and you see, because he's obviously, you can hear and see the, like in the video. I've got a still right here. Okay, in the background there's the yellow truck, okay, dead center, and then just up to the left you see that white car coming in hot, 160 kilometers an hour. It hits something like a barricade, I think, and it catapults that car. One eyewitness said, and I know, listen, we don't see a whole lot of cars go flying in the air, but we see movies are a little much, but like shit onto like real accidents. Apparently this was one of the most, the highest a witness has ever seen a car go, and I mean, you can see it right there. The picture, you can tell it's still almost not at its apex of where that car hits and how high it gets off the ground. And then obviously, you know, you see the explosion. That's the final seconds. And listen, at this point, the only thing we know is two people in the car. Finally proved it's not a terrorist thing. It wasn't a terrorist threat. They opened 3 of the 4 borders that they immediately shut down, and the airport in the area, just for safety precautions. You got to understand why. Like, I totally get it. And then I'm sitting here freaking out because I'm supposed to leave from Buffalo on Monday. And I'm like, you better open on goddamn borders because I got some fishing to do. Okay. and some good times to have with some good friends. Anyways, I was what a crazy scene. Anyway, I'm so glad it ended up not being anything too crazy. Yeah, thanks for tips. I think I mentioned that CCTV cameras, security cameras, same thing. Yeah, so glad Wade's tuning in. What would I do without him with his expertise? I tell you. But listen, it really was a crazy scene at the border. It sent both countries into a tizzy. It went worldwide quickly. But again, thankfully, it wasn't anything too serious. They figured out it wasn't a terrorist attack. It's going to take a minute to figure out who, first of all, who those people are, because I don't know if you saw this explosion right here or this photo or this one or this one. There's nothing left of the car. So there's pretty much nothing left of the people that were in said car. They only know because of the, thanks to Wade. What'd you call it, Wade? Oh yeah, the security cameras. Boy, what would I do without my buddy Wade? Thanks to the security cameras, they do identify two people in the car, and that's all they know. And what's wild is, like, it's going to take a minute to figure out who those two people were and identifying their teeth, because that's probably all you're going to find. And then it's going to take a minute to piece that whole puzzle together and figure out why said person with another person was going 160 kilometers an hour, hightailing it from one side of the country to the other through the border. It's not something you see every day, man. Like, I'm 50. I think there's been one other instance that I can remember where something like this happened. But not to this extent. So yeah, it's just one of those crazy things that you never really come across or see too often in your life. And boy, oh boy, it did not end good for the two people in that car. But thankfully, the only person that was injured was a border crossing guy that was injured. I don't know to what extent, but man, oh man, what a day. Holy shit. All right. 13 minutes, 12 minutes past how I want to be long I want to be on here, but I got a couple of beauty videos and I put hard work to get it put in today. Wouldn't be a show without Dummies of the Week. Now, I'm going to start off, and I'm still trying to play this without actually looking. And I know I've talked about this and said, oh, I'm not afraid of snakes anymore. And I'm not. I'm not afraid of them. And I mean, they were even in that Tool show last night in their visuals. Again, a lot of snakes and vipers and stuff. And I don't know what it is. I'm not the only fucker who's scared of snakes and all that. But for some reason, when you do break to the other side, I think because in our lives, we are snakes and demons. It's right from the Bible too, right? And that's what we've been sort of led to believe is like snake come down from the tree, John's the apple, whatever. I don't care what you believe, but snakes and the slithering tongue and all that grossness. Well, it's in that when you break through to the other side, it's all there, the same things, and it's the same thing. For what I saw, for what everybody else sees. So when you break through to that other side, there's just something special about it. Well, I'll tell you, this video, it still doesn't do me justice, and I can't deal with this, and I'm having a really hard time. I still can't look at this. This wins Dummy of the Week because why would you be golfing on I can't look still, because why would you be golfing on a golf course when there's something that looks like that coming at you? Watch this. And I'm not watching it, but I'm going to look at the corner of my eye, but look at that thing. Look at that thing coming towards you. Could you imagine? Like, I love golf more than anything, and I love to golf around the world, and I've got to play amazing places around the world. I will never, ever I'm going to play one more time, but I'm not looking. I am never, ever, ever going to play golf at that place. Maybe you're playing around to your life. And then you got some slithering king cobra kind of crazy motherfucker coming at you full tilt like that. Absolutely not, Buster. Not on your goddamn life. even if you paid me $1 million to go and play at that golf course, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. There's no fucking way, because I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would be terrified. I thought I was terrified on the set last Saturday in rehearsal because I was surrounded by actors who have been doing this for a while, and I quite frankly haven't. And then all of a sudden I'm the lead role and they're all looking at me and sort of following me because I'm the lead guy. And turns out I was the only moron who learned all his lines but when I showed up there, nobody, not one other person. And I don't mean to slag the other people in this cast, but they all had to look at their phones for the entire time. And I didn't. And I guess when you're the lead role, that's what you do. You put in the extra time and you learn it and you show up and be the boss. And I couldn't for $1 million I couldn't do that. That thing flying across the golf course at you while you're trying to play golf. Absolutely no. Let's stay on a bit of sports here. And I'll tell you one thing. I would sit here and watch this all day, every day. This fucking creature and his human owner absolutely own it. Watch this. Boom. Goes into the end zone. Is like, yeah, look around, not a big deal. Thanks very much. Let's watch that one more time because, my God, watch this. Right from the get-go. Ready? And boom. Watch this. Wicked throw by the owner. That dog runs the entire 100 yards of the football field in the end zone. Yep, I did that. Thank you very much. Not a big deal. Man, oh man, I'm just fascinated by super awesome dog videos and stuff. I'm also fascinated by golf videos, and I'm fascinated by golf videos with ladies in them who can absolutely kick ass, because I'm really attracted to women that can golf and that can golf well. And this lady, she can golf well. Watch this. That is absolutely off the charts. Ready? Watch this again. He chips it. The timing on this is impeccable. Whammo! Most people I know can't even hit it off the tee that good in 10 tries. And she does it in the air. That's absolutely fascinating. Okay. You know what else is fascinating? This kid, man, God bless him to death. I don't know how this happens. I don't know how he stays in the tank without it falling over. And I don't know who's better in this video. The kid, simply for his simpleness and his look on his face in this video, or for the verbal nonsense that comes out of this mother's mouth. You got to watch this. Ready? Here we go.
Have you lost your motherfucking black ass mind? Get your ass off that motherfucker! Have you lost your motherfucking black ass mind? Get your ass off that motherfucker! Have you lost your motherfucking black ass mind? Get your ass off that motherfucker!
Look at that kid's
Have
face.
you lost your
Look at him.
motherfucking black ass mind?
Oh, he tries to go into the tank. He's like, I'm busted.
Get your ass off that motherfucker! Have you lost your motherfucking
But he was
black
never
ass mind?
fazed by her voice or her freak out.
Get your ass off that
I want this kid on my show.
Have you lost
when
your
he can
motherfucking
speak
black
and
ass mind?
He can, in like 5 years, when he knows about this video,
Get your
that
ass
is
off
the
that
best.
motherfucker!
Oh my God.
Have you
One
lost
more
your
time.
motherfucking black ass
This is
mind?
funny.
Get your ass off that motherfucker!
She was right upset, wasn't she? Good Lord above. Okay. I think that's all I got. I was gonna show this lady freaks out on a plane and stuff today, but we're not gonna go there. I think that's it. We did 1 hour and 20 minutes. I hope you had a great time. I had a great time. Thanks for watching all over the world. We had Cuba, we had Nicaragua, we had Ontario, we had Alberta. We're all over the place. It's Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. I'm coming back. Are you ready for me? I'm not sure you are. We got some wicked stuff planned, and I'm really excited to get there. Not sure if you are, but I am, and that's all that matters. So thanks for watching. I would really thank. Oh, I got to show you a couple of pictures before I get out of here, and one of them, it'll sort of wrap up the show. I was downtown, so last night I just got to show this before I get out of here because this sort of blew my mind. All right, ready for this? You're driving on the Gardner Expressway all the time. You're going to the Jays game. You're going to the Leafs game. You're going to a concert. You're going to a play. You're going for supper at a nice restaurant in Toronto, whatever. Everybody that goes into Toronto, you have to take the Gardner Expressway coming from Hamilton and everywhere, Oakville, Burlington, all the way in, and you got to take the expressway in. Well, fuck me. Look at this. This is the Gardner Expressway right above the Air Canada Center, right outside of Union Station. And that's just one post. Look at the amount of rebar that is exposed. And I know I'll give the city credit. They've already marked it off. But from what I've been told and other people around me when I was filming that, because I got a bunch of video and footage of this because I was fascinated by the deterioration of the bridge and how far they let it get, and they still haven't got there, and God knows when they're going to get there. But wait till you see the TikTok videos I'm going to expose the city of Toronto. I mean, people drive on that goddamn fucking highway every single day. Transport trucks, buses, tour buses, people every single day. You know what, dude? This picture doesn't do the footage justice of what I've got coming up. It will absolutely blow your mind. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there. It's just not right. And it gets worse around. Just stay tuned, okay? Because I'm pissed. I'm kind of pissed because I don't think it's safe. I drive down there all the time. And I don't want to be the guy on that day on that bridge where that shit finally deteriorates so much. And listen, it happens. And that is just a little too much in my mind. Anyways, I'm going to stay tuned for sure because definitely going to expose that. What else? Oh, I posted this on my Instagram. I thought this was amazing. Okay, dude, you got one job. You got to make sure you put up the beautiful sign. It looks so awesome. The black, the gold. I love it. The outline, it stands out. It rocks. Except you fucking failed at spelling, bro. It's called welcome, not we come. Anyways, savage to the visiting team. You got to give them credit. I mean, this is one of the most savagest things I've ever seen in high school, college football ever. But the visiting team says, we come to Trenton, making fun of their spelling mistake, to bring you the L you're missing. And it's just, man, if you're into sports and into rivalries, which I've been my whole life, that is epic. That is savage. Well done to that visiting team. And listen, I'm all about refugees coming to Canada. Huge fan. My parents are refugees. They came from England a long time ago. Immigrants, whatever you call them. But, you know, sometimes when you come from a different country and you come here, your name just simply doesn't translate so good, does it? You sure wish your parents understood English before they named you and knew you were going to immigrate to Canada because me cunt is itchy. That's a pretty bad handle. Not going to lie. That poor girl. I was going to do. No, I better not go there. I'm just not going to do it. I was going to do it, but I'm not. You know what I was going to. No, I'm not. Greg, just don't do it. I think it's the right call. Just don't do it. I don't even know what this means. Wait, another Bondzee paint job goes awry. No, that's listen. And Lisa Holgate, I'm just catching up on some comments here. Thanks. It's always a blast. I hope you had a blast tonight. My dear darling Patricia, I cannot wait to see you. I'm going to Nicaragua, baby. I'm coming in hot. December 29th, January 15th. I'm there for New Year's. We're going to have so much fun. And my God, I get to see my second mom and my second dad. I love those two humans more than anything. Shout out to Patricia and Paul. I can't wait to see you guys. Oops. I lost my notes here because this computer I rambled so much that this one just said, shut up. I'm done. Anyways, let's get to the notes. Oh, all I was going to do is say bye and shout out to my son. This is what I was eventually getting to. I made fun of this poor girl. Her, well, my cunt's itchy. Listen, my cunt's not itchy, but her name's my cunt's itchy. You know, I didn't say anything wrong there, derogative or bad. My sergeant, Gregory Scott, why do you got to be? Mom, I wasn't being rude. Gregory Scott, you were being just downright atrociously rude. Mom, Mom, I swear to God, her name. Look, Mom, I didn't name her. I didn't ask her parents to name her. Her name is McCunt is itchy. What, like, Mom, how else? Gregory Scott, I would say it like, mean cunt. It's, it's itchy. Mom, no, that is not how you would say it. It's, Mom, it's me cunt is itchy. And I know your cunt's not itchy, Mom, but Gregory Scott, how dare you? That's enough. I know I'm going to get, she's going to kill me for this. My mom's cunt is not itchy. Like, can we just get that straight? Her name is my cunt is itchy. That's all I'm going to say. I probably spent too much time on that bit. It's probably time to go. Thank you so much. One more shout out, my boy. It's Don't Trip, You're Fine. You got to go check out. This is his newest print coming out. T-shirts, hoodies, hats. I love it to pieces. It fits perfect for Christmas. Printing orders are available. Go to his Instagram page. You can find out all the information there and put in all your orders. This hits hard. That will look sick on a hoodie and a T-shirt and a hat for your kid or for you. Just go do it. Don't trip. You're fine. That's my boy, Brad Bond. It's Trippin' with Bondzee. Another amazing episode. I had so much fun tonight. What an unreal show. Tool absolutely blew my mind. It set me on a journey that I didn't know I was going on. I put my phone away. I connected to the music and I connected to the visuals. And God bless psychedelics. I really do love them. I'm here to advocate them. They are here to help you. They are not the devil. And even Sarge is on board. You know what I mean? So that goes to show you. That's it. That's all. That's all I got. Have fun. Be safe. Have an amazing weekend. That's all I got. Have fun. Bye. Love you.
What was that?
That was very strange.
It was very weird.
Peculiar.
It was kind of amusing.
Yes, it was rather funny.
It was incredibly funny.
I loved it.
Hilarious.
Next to go. I checked the line. Who's next to go?